So small talk, when we're talking with our customers and we're learning about the family, we're learning about their child going overseas, it's getting them talking. And we're not just talking about products, we're not just talking about services. And so the strategy here is with small talk, is we're getting the customer used to talking to us. Because what's our favorite topic to talk about? Us, exactly. So, we're asking about them. We're taking that extra time to find out about their likes, their dislikes. How is the family? How is work? And then what that's doing is it's getting them to open up to you. So when we get to the analyze stage, they're already used to talking to you. So it makes our job a lot easier to get the information we need because you know what? Hey, great. I've already talked to Ashley. I've told you about, the kids and how work's going and maybe the new car that I've been looking to buy or my daughter who's getting ready to go off to France. So when we get into the business aspect of it and you're asking me about my finances and about my needs financially, no problem. I don't mind sharing that with you because we've already kind of created that bond, as you might say, around small talk. So see, small talk, we overlook it. We think, it's just a waste of time. Oh, how's the weather? All that other kind of stuff. But really, it has a purpose. And we need to be aware of that so that as we're talking with our customer, we're engaging them. They feel welcome. They feel that we care, and we do. And we're listening. We're trying to pick up on those, as Tony said, those stated or hidden needs within small talk. Because although they may have come in for one thing, as we are talking to them about family and about work, we may pick up on something that we might be able to bring up when we do the analyze or when we make our recommendation. Liz, you mentioned that you had a daughter going off to France next couple months. A home equity line of credit is going to allow you to whatever. And you tie it back because I knew that her daughter was getting ready to leave. So by doing that, we're building the rapport, but we're also listening. We're picking up on those things that we might be able to use and analyze or use and inform because we're going to tie it back to them, right? So don't overlook small talk. It's a skill. It truly is a skill. And just like any other skill, you have to practice it. Now, the thing with small talk is you need to follow the 3-strike rule. 1, 2, 3, and move on. And what I mean by that is you try 3 different topics, 3 questions, high-end, open-ended questions about them or about life. And if you get shut down on all 3, great. Move on, do your transition into analyze, and move forward. Because if after 3 questions of how are you, as a family, all that kind of stuff, if they haven't opened up, if they haven't responded after 3, then okay, it's just, you need to get to what they want and just move on to it and get to the next customer. So follow the 3-strike rule. The other thing is with small talk, the challenge we have is when do we move out of it? When do we move on? And I want you to think of, if you go to like a high school reunion or a family reunion and you see that person that you haven't seen them in years. And hey, how are you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the family? How's the job? What have you done since the last time I saw you 10 years ago or whatever it is? And so as you guys go back and forth and, updating each other on, what's going on and maybe even talking about some things in the past, you know how you get to that uncomfortable pause in the conversation? You've run out of things to say, right? That's when you transition into business. So when you reach that part in the small talk with your customer, that's when you take the bull by the horns and say, okay, great, and you transition into business.